Have we hit the button yet? Mash the button. Button. Have we hit the button yet? Yes. We are live. Okay. Oh, that's a rookie mistake right there. I had my volume up. Shame on me. I should know better. Anyway, welcome in, guys. You will notice there's someone missing. Ryan is missing, but have no fear, he will be here with us. But I wanted to set this up real quick, okay? We're going to get you guys coming in, but in big news, big, giant news for Gun Talk. This is groundbreaking material right here. Mr. Ryan Gresham has gotten a haircut. I know this has been on a lot of your minds, like what's he doing during this breakdown in our society? How's he maintaining his hair? Well, he has a haircut. Now, we're going to give you guys some options right here, okay? So let's go. Okay, let's show what his original haircut was. Michael, if you could go ahead and start rolling those in. Okay, you know, he's got that cool look. He's shooting the Super GP 100. Okay, is it number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Here's number 1. All you guys get to vote. And anytime you guys are commenting, it includes an entry into our today's giveaway. Okay, come on. It looks like he's been coloring his hair a little bit. It honestly really does. It looks like he's colored his hair, looking good. Oh, he kind of went with a Bieber look here. But what is it? Okay, let's get some options. All right, our options. All right, we'll let you guys vote on that, and we'll reveal the answer afterwards. But without further ado, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the hair, Mr. Ryan Gresham, and here's the reveal, folks.
It's just a little bit shorter. The guys here like to mess with me. They like to be like, hey, look, we did a thing. We're just not going to tell you what we did. All right, welcome into Gun Talk Live. Today's Gun Talk Live is brought to you by Springfield Armory. Also, Caldwell, ring, steel, not your ears. With Caldwell Shooting Supplies EMAX line of electronic hearing protection. We all like to, you know, maintain our hearing. So they have earmuffs, they have EMAX low profile, the EMAX Pro. They actually have the little Bluetooth compatible protection, including the EMAX Pro BT Bluetooth. Find out more of what Caldwell has to offer, caldwellshooting.com, and then also Ruger. Ruger's Custom Shop Firearms are designed by Ruger's expert team of engineers. If you guys don't know, Ruger has a custom shop. This is only a couple years old, and they're doing some really cool stuff. They've got the Super GP 100 competition revolver in 9mm, the SR 1911 officer style, the 10/22 competition rifle. So you can find out more at Ruger.com. Welcome in, everybody. Mr. KJ, how's it going?
That was a fun way to get stuff started. But as you guys can tell, what we're going to be talking about today, and what you guys are actually entered in to win today, is what I'm wearing right now. It's a plate carrier. It's the Testudo from AR 500. So you're not going to have the plates in it, but you will get the plate carrier. It's a really nice plate carrier. It's been comfortable. I've been wearing it for the past 15 minutes. So it is pre-used. Maybe a little sweat in it, but it is pretty much 100% brand new, guys. But you're entered to win this today from the folks at ar500.com, and we've got a link down in the package. If you guys choose to, at the end of this, decide, hey, I'd like to look at this armor, we've got a link in the description. You guys go look, see what they got to offer. A lot of good stuff. But first, let's get our last week's winner out of the way. Mr. Ryan Weiss, you win. I know it's not the comment that got you the win. The comment after would have negated. He said he didn't win again, but he missed the live last week. But he came in, he actually commented on it, and it was that comment that won you that lockdown package. So you're going to get a Magnum magnet, you're going to get a Yeti tumbler, cool stuff. And for already commenting today, you're entered to win the AR 500 plate carrier. So So anyway, that's what we got going on in winners and losers and all that good stuff. So you guys just keep commenting.
There's only one loser on this broadcast. I'm not saying anything else.
Hey, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
This is a guy sweating his face off on the in the body, in the plate carrier.
He kind of looks like you have deer antlers coming out of your head too. By the way, it's pretty awesome.
It does. Like I'm trying to. That's a good 10 point.
Yeah.
But what's funny, what's kind of funny about it, is that deer actually is a bow deer. Both those deer are bow deers. But no, that one, they were shot, oddly enough, within the same county. It was pretty nice. So those are two really good deer. But no, hey, Ryan Weiss, not Ryan on the show, hit me up at kj@guntalk.com. Shoot me your address, and I'll get that prize package out to you. But anyway, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about some Second Amendment stuff. The fight is on. We actually have some bills in Louisiana that are made it out of committee. They're going to the full floor for debate and hopefully some votes that would go positive for us. But they're actually all positive gun bills. That doesn't just happen, guys. That's from the Louisiana Shooting Association, those guys working on it, NRA working on it, also just other people involved, and talking to the representatives, because you basically have to get these guys to introduce it. For a lot of them, this is not their pet project. It's not their issue. So that's how this is taking place. Follow this stuff, Second Amendment Foundation, NRA, they've got updates on what's going on in your state. And honestly, sometimes we get wrapped up in the big federal stuff, but a lot of times the big battle is in your state, and really where you can make an impact is in your state. So you got to show up. Tom showed up at the Capitol last week with a bunch of other gun-loving folks and made it aware that, yeah, actually, your citizens do care about guns. And KJ, in your state, your home state of Oklahoma, there was some big news recently.
There was. It was actually a really big win for the folks at Oklahoma, which honestly, I don't know why you really have to have these type of laws enacted, but the Governor Stitt there at Oklahoma he signed it into law, a anti-red flag law. So no one in that state can declare, any type of red flag law, which is great. But again, you shouldn't have these kind of things, but you have to fight for them, because if you don't keep fighting, I think that's what we see is we kind of get lax on it. But now we're starting to build up. I think people are starting to say, like, oh, they'll use any reason and any excuse to come after our guns. And guys are showing up, exactly what Tom saw last week. There was not a single anti-gun person there. Not one. But there was a whole lot of red shirts there, and there were a whole lot of pro-gunners. So that's good.
Yeah, and the thing is, politicians may not be the smartest people out there. Well, at least not all of them. But they can count. And when they see this committee room that will hold maybe 100 people, and you've got half of it filled up with gun-loving, freedom-loving, Second Amendment people, that speaks volumes. And that's how we win. You got to show up. So that stuff going on right now. There are some cases as far as the litigation side of it that are happening right now. We'll see what happens. We'll try to keep you updated. So KJ, you're wearing a plate carrier, and you've been talking to the guys at AR-500. For those, and there's a lot of people, if you don't have military law enforcement background, this is kind of a foreign concept. I mean, how does this all work? Why would we do this?
That's one thing I debate, man. I really do debate going back and forth on whether or not I should have body armor or not. But it sounds kind of selfish to me, for me to have body armor, because honestly, if I'm in a situation where I probably need it, there might be a good chance that my family is with me. And so you're talking about, I'd probably need the whole family covered. If they have to get somewhere, I want them to be as safe as possible. And if I have to use body armor, man, I've already made a lot of bad decisions, at least in my mind.
Yeah, well, I think that this audience is one that kind of thinks about, let's be prepared. Let's have water. Let's have emergency food supply. Let's have a little medical kits, some first aid, stop the bleed, all that, those kinds of things. So it's kind of strange sometimes to think about body armor, but it just kind of goes in line with the being prepared. Okay, I've got survivor filters for water purification. One thing I kind of like is when you talk about plate carriers and different options there, it's super handy because you can attach mag carriers and all this other stuff. You can have loaded mags sitting in there, and it's kind of a miniature go bag in itself. You can have medical kit. You can have a lot of things set up on your plate carrier rig, whether you're going into battle or not. Seems kind of handy.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm sorry if you guys are having connectivity issues or anything like that. I know a couple of guys are bringing it out on the YouTube comments. I apologize for that. But no, it really is handy. And I think what AR-500's kind of covering their bases with is they're offering an affordable solution for everyday civilian use. And that was one of the more interesting concepts to me, because you start talking about, these high expensive plate carriers, and then the plates themselves, you've got steel plates, heavier ceramic, a little bit lighter. But he even talks about, and I just released, like, seriously, like 20 minutes ago, an article on should you own body armor, and it kind of goes through a lot of these points that we're coming up on. Their base package, their Veritas package, is running around $219. So if you think about it, for my family to get them equipped in some body armor would roughly run about the price of a nice Springfield Armory 1911.
Right.
So if you start looking at it that way, it starts becoming more affordable than I think we understand. But it's funny because I know there's been some talk about what, and we're gonna get some actual plates out here from AR-500 to test, because there was an article going around a while back and some kind of heavy hate going towards AR500.com that I honestly don't know if it's. I don't know a whole lot about the backstory on how the testing is and everything else, but I've talked to Greg Lappin, who's operator, special forces guy, or special operations guy, and he didn't seem to have a problem with it. I mean, they do offer plate carriers that are whatever rated that they use on their police force, and he even says the plate carriers are great. So if you get a plate carrier, I mean, why not from there?
Well, it's funny. I love the internet hate guys, because about 10% of them know what they're talking about, and then the rest of them have just strong opinions about stuff they've never used, never tested, never tried out. And I'm glad we're going to get that stuff in to try it out and see how it works, see if it does work. And also, when you talk about body armor, there are a lot of different levels. So to say, well, this won't stop rifle bullets, well, there's certain ones that, yeah, they don't say it will. It's not designed for that. It's lighter in weight, it's less expensive. It's a trade-off. Everything's a trade-off, right? So, is it the best stop everything option? Well, it may be more expensive. It's going to be way thicker, way heavier. Or you say, well, I want something I can wear under my clothes. Different deal. We also have a deal for Gun Talk listeners, Gun Talk viewers here. Discount code. I'll let you speak to it, KJ, because you set this up with them.
Yeah. So what you can do is, if you decide after this thing, you say, I want to go look at this body armor, I may want to purchase some, enter the discount code at checkout, GT10. That'll give you an added 10% off your purchase. So, and that goes for non-promotional items. So if you find something on there, and they always run these sick deals, like 40% off and stuff like that off of like full body armor packages. So you get the plate carrier, you get the plates, which, I mean, man, you're starting to start your entry at like $300 for plate carrier and plates. It's a pretty good option. And Spartan Armory is another good option. I know who brought that up. Benjamin Zavala brought that up on YouTube, and that's a great option too. I mean, it's all kind of how you want to outfit yourself and who you feel comfortable with. But going back on, should you have it? Well, I mean, better to have it and not need it than not have it and need it, right? I mean,
yeah.
But again, I still struggle with, well, should I buy 4,000 rounds of ammunition or one body armor or whatever? You know, there's always stuff that kind of always, body armor is always one of those things that's a love to have, but probably won't need it, you know? I go back to that, man, you know, the one in scenario that I go back to that I'm like, a body armor in that situation probably would have been an awesome idea, was the church shooting in Texas. You know, he heard shooting, he had an opportunity to go, he had to load his mags on the run, and, you know, it just takes a quick, you know, tug, and you're ready to go. And to be able to confront that shooter in that situation with a little bit more protection would have been nice, I'm sure.
Right. You're talking about the guy who actually went out of his house across the street to the church to confront the shooter. Yeah. If you had a, you know, like I said, a go bag, but it's really a go vest, you throw it on, you've got mags that are already loaded, you've got, you know, some plate carriers, you got some sort of protection there. That's a nice scenario. But also, when you said church thing, I was thinking security teams. There's a lot of church security teams out there, and you could be wearing protection under your church clothes. No one has to know. And that's a nice option too. There's a lot of stuff that you could kind of go, okay, I could see a use for that. But if you're interested in just checking it out, we do have a link in the description of this video. And if you click that link for Great Bobby Armor, click the link here. It'll take you there. And if you enter GT10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off anything that's not already in some sort of deep discount situation. So it might be worth checking out. I think it's interesting.
We've got some good comments coming in. David N actually says, well, what about a real thick Yellow Pages book? That'll get it done, right? Actually, it will not. And that was actually some YouTube, like some pretty prevalent YouTubers decided, well, he wants to test that theory out, and he actually died from that because his girlfriend, and she is in jail now. So please do not do that. Please do not do that.
Seems like a bad idea to test something like that in yourself, because it's kind of a pass fail, but the fail is like you're dead.
Yeah. There's no. Well, it was you know, there was a video going around. I'm sure it's in Russia, but they were having a full dress, you know, rehearsal or whatever, and you know, this commander is sitting there in front of his, you know, unit, and he's telling the guys, you know, wear these vests, you know, they'll save your life. And a guy behind him, I guess it was a planned deal, raised up an AK, and he collapsed like a sack of potatoes. That dude was dead instantly. And I mean, you know, I don't know if they didn't check the rating or they didn't rehearse this on like a steel plate or something.
Oh my God.
But please, like, these aren't meant to go out and run around and have fun with. That's not the point of body armor. And if you are going to purchase body armor and you're going to plate it up and you're going to kit it out and you're going to have magazines, and you're going to have all this stuff, like Clint Smith says, during a gunfight is not the place to learn new skills. So if you have it all kitted up and you think you're going to run out like a tactical operator and be doing mag changes and mag drops and all that good stuff, you're wrong. It ain't going to happen like that. You need to take this vest on the range and treat it like your gun. You need to train with it. You need to run those mag changes out of it. You need to know where it works, where it doesn't. Get dirty, get on the ground, because I'm telling you, if you just put this on and think you're bulletproof, I think you're gravely mistaken.
Well, And what you're talking about, there was another guy who, they were like testing out the body armor. We're going to shoot each other. That's completely idiotic. And the guy did die because he's wearing pistol-rated body armor and he shot his buddy with a rifle. Go figure. It's also, but what you're talking about is great. Yeah, absolutely. Wear it. Figure out what works, what doesn't, because depending on how you're carrying a pistol, you may have trouble drawing or reholstering depending on your setup with body armor, for sure. I know we're having a couple connectivity issues. Sorry about that, guys. There's some freezing, some audio. The kid next door must be on Call of Duty with all his friends. I don't know what's going on.
I can promise you it's not me.
KJ is on Call of Duty right now. We know what's going on right now. Come on. Admit it.
But no, you guys, if just use your best judgment on what, body armor that you need. You don't need the most expensive. Honestly, what I would do if I were to purchase, I don't have any. If I was doing it, I'd go on AR-500. I would purchase a plate carrier, somewhat similar to this, and I would buy the most expensive plates I could. The ceramic, lightweight, highest rated I could. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have it, don't mess around. Don't get the cheap parachute.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, be sure to sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter. Yeah. Be sure to download the Gun Dealio app. We've got some new stuff coming. There's a bunch. Let me tell you, secret. Memorial Day. There are a lot of deals about to happen. And we're going to put it in your email, and we're going to put it out on Gun Dealio so you guys can get the sweet deals on guns, ammo, and all that stuff. Right, KJ?
That's exactly right. We want you guys to remember what Memorial Day is for. We get wrapped up in, oh man, there's a lot of sales and there's a lot of deals. But man, it's about those fallen warriors that served so much and died for so much for our beautiful country. But thank you for their families, and thank you for those who fell giving it all, man.
Absolutely, incredible sacrifice. So you guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.